Bhagavad Gita, chapter 1, text 31. Na cha shreyo anupashyami hatva svajanam ahave na kankshe vijayam krishna na cha rajyam sukhani cha na cha shreyonupasyami hatva svajanamahave na kankshe vijayam krishna na cha rajyam sukhani cha na cha shreyonupasyami hatva svajanamahave na kankshe vijayam krishna na cha rajyam sukhani cha. Na cha shreyonupasyami hatva svajanamahave na kankshe vijayam krishna na cha rajyam sukhani cha. Na cha shreyonupasyami hatva svajanamahave na kankshe vijayam krishna na cha rajyam sukhani cha. Na cha shreyonupasyami hatva svajanamahave na kankshe vijayam krishna na cha rajyam sukhani cha. Na cha shreyonupasyami hatva svajanamahave na kankshe vijayam krishna na cha rajyam sukhani cha. Na cha shreyonupasyami hatva svajanamahave na kankshe vijayam krishna na cha rajyam sukhani cha. Practice. Na cha shreyonupasyami hatva svajanamahave na kankshe vijayam krishna na cha rajyam sukhani cha. Na, nor, cha, also, shreya, good, anupasyami, do I foresee, hatva, by killing, svajanam, own kinsman, ahave, in the fight, na, nor, kankshe, do I desire, vijayam, victory, Krishna, O Krishna, na, nor, cha, also, rajyam, kingdom, sukhani, happiness thereof. Cha also. Translation and purport by Sunan Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: I do not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsmen in this battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness. Please repeat. I do not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsmen in this battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness. Purport. Without knowing that one's self-interest is in Vishnu or Krishna, conditioned souls are attracted by bodily relationships, hoping to be happy in such situations. Under delusion, they forget that Krishna is also the cause of material happiness. Arjuna appears to have even forgotten the moral codes for a Kshatriya. It is said that two kinds of men, namely the Kshatriya who dies directly in front of the battlefield under Krishna's personal orders, and the person in the renounced order of life who is absolutely devoted to spiritual culture, are eligible to enter into the sun globe, which is so powerful and dazzling. Arjuna is reluctant even to kill his enemies, let alone his relatives. He thought that by killing his kinsmen there would be no happiness in his life, and therefore he was not willing to fight, just as a person who does not feel hunger is not inclined to cook. He has now decided to go into the forest and live a secluded life in frustration. But as a Kshatriya, he requires a kingdom for his subsistence because the Kshatriyas cannot engage themselves in any other occupation. But Arjuna has had no kingdom. Arjuna's sole opportunity for gaining a kingdom lay in fighting with his cousins and brothers and reclaiming the kingdom inherited from his father, which he does not like to do. Therefore, he considers himself fit to go to the forest to live a secluded life of frustration. So these are, see, one thing is, Arjuna is portraying a man attached to family life. So the situation that has arisen for him was that his cousins, he is one of the five Pandavas, five brothers, and his cousins, the Kauravas, who are the 100 brothers, they were actually, these five and these 100 were sons of two brothers, Pandu and Dhritarashtra, who were actually brothers. So these five and the 100, they are cousins, Pandavas and Kauravas. So the Pandavas were always righteous and devoted to Krishna, and the Kauravas were always crooked. And they always schemed against the Pandavas from the very beginning of their lives. Because although the Kauravas' father, Dhritarashtra, was elder to Pandu, but Pandu was the king and not Dhritarashtra. Because Dhritarashtra was not qualified because of being blind. Although he was elder, he was actually, usually the etiquette was that, or the custom was that, the elder son would get the kingdom. But in this case, the younger son got the kingdom because Dhritarashtra was blind. But Pandu died untimely, and the kingdom, in the Mahabharata history, the Pandu, he died untimely, and then Madri, his wife Madri also, he had two wives, Pandu, Kunti and Madri. So Madri also died with him. That was the custom then. It was out of chastity that the woman would voluntarily, the wife would voluntarily jump into the funeral pyre of the husband. Later on, it was forced, and then it became a horrible thing in India. In Kali Yuga, it is not possible. The woman does not have that much devotion to the husband also, or it is not possible. Like for example, Kunti did not jump into the fire. Madhuri jumped because what happened? Is it switched off? So Kunti did not jump into the fire because of having the 5 sons. Actually, two for Madhuri. Three were her sons, and 2 were from Madhuri. Nakula and Sahadev was from Madhuri, not Kunti's sons. So anyway, um, in this way, Dhritarashtra was given the charge, but he was counseled by his very able counselors, Bhishma, Dronacharya, and others, Kripacharya, and the rest. So in this way, the kingdom was going on, but it was a interim, or it was a temporary measure when the Pandavas were able, they should actually take over the kingdom. But the Kauravas, headed by Duryodhan, they usurped this opportunity. Should not put the book on the floor. So usurped the opportunity of the Pandavas and took over the kingdom and sent them to the forest for exile and never allowed them to come back. They came back after the 14 years exile was done. The Pandavas were supposed to get back the kingdom, but every measure was taken to avoid war, and Krishna even went as a messenger of the Pandavas to request the Kauravas to at least give them, if not anything, at least 5 villages for the 5 brothers. Because they were Kshatriyas. Kshatriyas must rule. That's their swadharma. That's their occupation. A Kshatriya is not supposed to accept something else as his profession. Actually, that is explained in the Mitika. How the Varnashram system should be working is explained nicely. In Adamanalam. See, I will take this out. For a Brahmana, there are 6 occupational duties. A Kshatriya should not accept charity, but he may perform the other 5 of these duties. A king or Kshatriya is not allowed to levy taxes on Brahmanas, but he may make his livelihood by levying minimal taxes, customs duties, and penalty fines upon his other subjects. So, what are the 6 occupational duties of the Brahmana? Pathan, Pathan, Yajan, Yajan, Dana, Pratigraha. These are the 6 activities of Brahmanas, their occupation. What is that? Pathan, they must read the Vedic scriptures, they must Pathan, teach this to others. Then Yajan, do a sacrifice for one's own purification, like we chant japa on the beach. for our own purification. And then there is Kirtan, Yajan, perform sacrifices for benefit of others. In this age, the sacrifice is chanting, the congregation chanting. So by loudly together chanting Hare Krishna, it actually helps everybody, all living entities. So Patan, Patan, Yajan, Yajan, Dana, he must give charity. And Pratigraha, he must accept charity. So he should not work for others to earn his livelihood. Brahmana should not do that. It is explained actually later on, it will be explained more. So Kshatriya, he should not accept charity, but he should do all the other 5 of the duties. He should give charity, he should also teach and study the Vedic scriptures. He should also perform sacrifices and perform sacrifices for everyone's benefit also. It means a king, he should make sure that the Sankirtan Yajna is propagated. He should fully support the Sankirtan movement, especially in this Kali Yuga. We have history where in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, even the Muslim king, Chand Kazi, he supported the Sankirtan movement fully. That is the actual way the Kshatriya should deal. And then he should also arrange for the teachings of the Vedas to be propagated. He should support the Brahmanical community so that they teach the science of Krishna consciousness to the masses. So this is the duty of a Kshatriya. And he can earn by, he cannot tax the Brahmanas. Brahmana has no tax. That is the Vedic civilization governing principles. But he may earn his livelihood by levying minimal taxes, not extravagant taxes. And then customs duties, goods coming in and out of the country. And then penalty fines for some misconduct. So in this way, a Kshatriya should earn. Kshatriya means one who rules, a king. Then the mercantile community, the third class of people. The mercantile community, the Vaishyas, should always follow the directions of the Brahmanas. This is another important one. And engage in such occupational duties as agriculture, trade and protection of cows. See, the cow protection is given very great importance. Especially the cows. Of course, other animals also, but cows especially. Because the most important animal. For the Shudras, the only duty is to accept a master from a higher social order and engage in his service. That is Shudras. So nowadays, the modern education system is churning out Shudras. Because after my degree, after master's or PhD, I have to find a job. I have to find an employer. I have to give application, job application. Now they have sophisticated job apps, job hunting, fast jobs, jobs SG. Be a Sudra. The whole education system is making us a 4th class. According to Vedic culture, this is a 4th class person. Person who works for others is a 4th class person. The 1st class person is that Brahmana who teaches the science and teaches the religion. How to surrender to Krishna, how to surrender to God, how to be obeying His principles, not be an agnostic, not be an atheistic person. And then the Kshatriyas, they have to rule the country according to the direction of the Brahmanas. Not that they rule without the idea of God. No, not like today, so-called secular state. What is that secular state? Oh, you do whatever you want in the name of religion, and we don't care. Of course, they also don't allow the people to commit violence in the name of religion. That is also there. But violence upon animals is not considered a crime. You can kill as many animals as you want. That is today's government. But in the Maharaj Parikshit's government, when he saw one person only trying to kill a cow, he immediately took out his sword to kill the person. That was Maharaj Parikshit. 5,000 years ago, that was the government. No animal was even to be killed. As much protection as was given to humans was given to the animals also. Why they should be differentiated? That means, just like we say racism. Oh, we should not discriminate between races, But why then speciesism? Our species only must be protected. Every other species should be screwed up. Is it? What rascaldom is this? This is not equality. If they want to be, if they want to learn how to be practicing equality, they must learn from us. Only we know how to do it. Why? Because we take from Krishna. They should take to Krishna consciousness. The United Nations is there for the last how many years? I think 70 plus years. I think after the Second World War, 73 years maybe. What is it? Where is the world united? Where? United Nations means one flag should be there. Prabhupada said. Why the number of flags are increasing? It should be only one flag. That was possible 5,000 years ago. Everybody was under Yudhishthira Maharaj, the Pandavas, and later on Parikshit Maharaj also. United Nations can come when, as the Sanskrit saying goes, that word, phrase, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam means the whole world is one family. How is that possible? How can if we don't accept God, then we will only say lip service only. We will say, oh, we are all one family, But we only see the humans as one family. Like they say, oh, this is Singapore, for Singaporeans. But the Singaporean animals are not given any protection. Maybe the dogs and cats, they are given protection. Cows, no. Let us just kill them. But they are mother. According to Vedic civilization, they are mother. We are taking milk from them. And very nutritious milk, not only for body, but also for the brains, so that we understand spiritual science. Otherwise, why she is considered mother? So this is actual culture. So all this is now no more. The Kshatriyas are no more there, Brahmanas are no more there, Vaishyas few. Cow protection of almost none. Agriculture they are doing, trade they are doing. Few Vaishyas you can say in that respect. Mostly Shudras. So the education system is making us a fourth class man. Without any understanding of God, take out God from the education system. Where is the mention of God in the education system? Nowhere. Nowhere it is mentioned that we should devote ourselves to God. We should, be at least be grateful to God for giving us everything. Nothing. We are grateful to the country. Everybody is taught we should be grateful to our country. From the young primary school student, he is singing the national anthem of every country, wherever he is. As if his country is the greatest. All countries, all planets belong to the Lord. The Lord is not given any credit. This is not even, there is no basic etiquette even. If you give me something, I must say at least thank you. Right? There is basic etiquette. But we are taking everything from God and we don't even say thank you. What is that? And we don't even mention about God. Forget about Him. Or you privately worship in your house, but don't talk about Him anywhere. The whole idea is to somehow get God out of the picture. And this was not the civilization then. Those days, all this structure was very scientifically laid out, and everyone was learning how to surrender to God. So anyway, Sudras, their duty is to accept a master from a higher social order and engage in his service. Now, next, as an alternative, a Brahmana may also take to the Vaishya's occupational duty of agriculture. If there is some emergencies, then a Brahmana may also take to the Vaishya's occupational duty of agriculture, cow protection or trade. He may depend on that which he has received without begging. Like any leftovers, grains from the shops or something, he can take like that, or leftover vegetables, something like this. He may beg in the paddy field every day. He may collect paddy left in a field by its proprietor, or he may collect food grains left here and there in the shops of grain dealers. These are four means of livelihood that may also be adopted by Brahmanas. Among these four, each of them in succession is better than the one preceding it. That means he may depend on that which he has received without begging. This is the not as good. It can be done, but better than that is beg in the paddy field every day. Better than that is he may collect paddy left in a field by its proprietor, without begging, whatever is left. Or he may collect food grains left here and there in the shops of grain dealers. This is the best follow for sustenance. Yeah. So, I mean, the lowest that a Brahmana can go is this agriculture, cow protection, and trade. Below that, we should not go. Except in a time of emergency, lower persons should not accept the occupational duties of those who are higher. When there is such an emergency, of course, everyone but the Kshatriya may accept the means of livelihood of others. You see that? Emergency is different case. So there is provision for emergency also. In time of emergency, one may accept any of the various types of professions known as Rita, Amrita, Mrita, Pramrita and Satyanvrita. But one should not at any time accept the profession of a dog. What it means? A Shudra profession is considered a dog profession. Dog must have a master, right? Then its position is safe and secure and it looks very nice. But a stray dog you see on the street, its position is very precarious. So, especially for the higher three classes, it is mentioned not to take to the profession of a dog. That means serving the master. The profession of Unshashila, collecting grains from the field, is called Rita. Collecting without begging is called Amrita. Begging grains is called Amrita. Tilling the ground is called Pramrita. And trade is called Satyamrita. Engaging in the service of low-grade persons, however, is called Shvavritti, the profession of the dogs. Low-grade persons, those who have no culture, no nothing. That kind of persons, if we engage in their service, that is called profession of the dogs. Specifically, Brahmanas and Kshatriyas should not engage in the low and abominable service of Shudras. See, when we say all this is not like, a distinction among caste system or we are discriminating. No. There are people who are different in their behaviors and activities. Just like we also discriminate. We discriminate, even if you take out these words of Brahmana, Kshatriya, all these things. We discriminate. There are some people who are in the higher government office. There is white collar job, there is blue collar job. White is collar, what is it? Collar? Instead of saying Brahmana or Kshatriya or Vaishya, Shudra, they're saying colors. Some white color, some blue color, some red, green, all this. What is this? It's the same distinction. You have to, there has to be a distinction. Like we have the different kind of employment passes. There is, of course, the Singaporean, the PR and all that. But other than that, if you go to the MOM, the foreigners, there is the employment pass, there is the S pass, there is the PEP, what is that? Probationary employment, something pass. And then there is the dependent pass, plus, and then a dependent pass without the plus. And then there is a work permit for the foreign workers who are doing construction. Why? Why just don't say employment pass? You say we are discriminating with this system. Then you also are discriminating, right? The thing is, you have to discriminate. It's not to put them down, to condescend them, no. The discrimination is for proper functioning of society. If you say everybody must be work permit, everybody must construct buildings only, then who will do the other job? Or if everybody do the government job, who will do the construction of buildings? Just like the body has a head, the arms, the belly, the legs. You cannot say the whole body is same. The head and leg is the same. I will walk with my head. How is it possible? How can I walk with my head? Or, no, all legs only. We will only walk, no brain. The legs also cannot work without the head. So, all these different parts of the body do different things. But all that maintain the body. Like that, for the maintenance of society, all these different classes are necessary. So, the Shudras have to do their job. Brahmanas have to do their job. If the head comes and does work of legs, how will the society, suppose the head, legs will walk, right? If the head comes, if the head says, no, I want to walk. How are you going to move? This is the reason why these all rules are there. Oh, the Brahmanas and Kshatriyas should not engage in the low and abominable service of the Shudras. Service to others, because when a Brahmana, if he speaks, he has to speak the truth. But if suppose he is serving a person who is not cultured, who does not follow the religious principles, and if he is getting wage from him, hmm, then how is he going to speak the truth to him? If he tells something, he will be fired. He cannot engage in his profession. This is exactly what is happening in the temples in many parts of the world. Even here also. The Hindu temples, they have a management committee board. And who are in the management committee? Some big CEO of some companies, some high flyers. What they know about religion? What they know? They know how to only make money only. And use it for their own sense gratification, big bungalows, BMW cars. This is all they know of. What they know how to serve the people, what they know how to serve God, what they know. What do they know about Bhagavad Gita, the scriptures? Nothing. Simply money. And you are in a high committee. And the Brahmanas who are doing the puja, you know what pass they are holding? Work permit. Work permit. Equal to the construction workers. So the priest will come to the temple from India or somewhere and then does his puja, ask him to, the committee will ask him, you just do your puja and we will give you salary, that's it, finished. We had experience, one of the temples, because his Vaishnava, the priest was a Vaishnava. But he was brought here and he was doing puja, but he had to do demigod's puja also. So he knew that in India if he does this, nobody will even accept him as Vaishnava. Because in Vaishnava does not do puja for demigods. But here he is asked to do by the committee. And if he does not do, he will be kicked out. So he is doing. How he can teach anybody like that? Here Bhagavad Gita says worship of the demigods is for the less intelligent. You should not do it. If you really want the benefit of life. You must serve only Krishna. You should worship only Krishna. Krishna says, Avidhi Purvakam. This is not according to the proper standard, the demigod worship. But he cannot say this because he is himself doing it. Why? Because it's forced. So Brahmana therefore must be independent of the Shudras. He cannot be serving them. He should serve them in the sense that he should give them knowledge, he should give them prasadam. This way he should serve them. Not that he takes a wage from them and serves them like a servant. No. Then he cannot do his occupation. But it's not that the Brahman is totally independent of everybody else's control. The Brahmana is under the control of his guru, under the control of association of devotees. That is there. And in the control of the saintly person, yes, that is there. But in the earning way, in the earning field, he should be independent of the working for Sudra. That's why I say should not accept the profession of the dog. It's equated with dog. Strong word. Brahmanas should be well acquainted with all the Vedic knowledge and Kshatriyas should be well acquainted with the worship of demigods. Kshatriyas usually worship, Durga, like that, they worship they actually, Kshatriyas are usually they do karmakanda activities, okay? Ritualistic ceremonies. But under the guidance of, especially like Pandavas, they were Vaishnavas, although Kshatriyas are Vaishnavas. They worship Krishna always. In fact, they were so close to Krishna. Krishna was their friend. Krishna became their messenger also. He became their driver also. So close they were. The symptom of a Brahmana are control of the mind, control of the senses, austerity and penance, cleanliness, satisfaction, forgiveness, simplicity, knowledge, mercy, truthfulness and complete surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the symptoms of Brahmana. Brahmana is classified by symptoms, not by birth, not by family name, no. Not Gotra, nothing. You can come from big Gotra. If I am drinking and eating meat, what kind of Brahmana am I? I'm a rascal of the first order if I do that. So Brahmana means even if he is coming from Shudra family or whatever, Mlecha, Yavana, Chandal family also. If he has the symptom of Brahmana, if he is following all these things, all these rules, then he is Brahmana. So again, to be influential in battle, this is Kshatriya. To be influential in battle, unconquerable, patient, challenging, and charitable, to control the bodily necessities, to be forgiving, to be attached to the Brahmanical nature, and to be always jolly and truthful. These are the symptoms of the Kshatriyas. So, Arjuna was a Kshatriya. He was supposed to do this. He should rule. So, see, being always devoted to the demigods, the spiritual master, and the supreme Lord Vishnu, endeavoring for advancement in religious principles, economic development and sense gratification, dharma, artha, kama, believing in the words of the spiritual master and scripture, and always endeavoring with expertise in earning money. These are the symptoms of the Vaishya. Offering obeisances to the higher sections of society, the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas, being always very clean, being free from duplicity, serving one's master, performing sacrifices without uttering mantras. See, even for Shudras, even though it is fourth class man, still he must be free from duplicity. It means this character, high character is expected even from the fourth class man of Vedic culture. Now today's man, so-called first class, we have Malaysian former Prime Minister, first citizen of Malaysia. Not only Malaysia, everywhere it is going on. Character for 5th class, 10th class. What is that? Even 4th class person is expected to have character. Serving one's master, performing sacrifices without uttering mantras, not stealing, always speaking the truth, you see, and giving all protection to the cows and brahmanas. These are the symptoms of the Shudra. Even Shudra, you see how qualified. I don't think even present population qualifies for this. They don't qualify. Where they are giving protection to the cows, where they are giving protection to the brahmanas, where they are speaking the truth, where they are not stealing, what sacrifices they are performing. Serving one's master they might be doing for money. Free from duplicity, where? Always very clean. They hardly take shower. And Prabhupada was shocked when he went to the West. He wrote a letter back to his godbrothers. These people, they don't even wash their backside after they evacuate. They use paper. He was shocked. They don't use water. See? These are all unclean. Offering obeisances to the higher sections of society, Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, where? When we ask for donation, they say, go, get lost. They show with their hand or like this. Okay. Mostly population are like this. So, they don't even fit among the 4th class, below 4th class, Mlechas, Yavanas, Chandalas, 5th, 6th, 10th class people are. And they are becoming leaders. That's why the society is like this now. Everything is going down and down and down. So-called technology advancing, but character, the peace, prosperity, everything is going down. The nature, so much problem, ecological problems, every problem is coming. Why? Because people are like this. The nature will punish. Nature is nothing but Krishna's agent, God's agent. It's not that God is somewhere up there. No, He is everywhere. He's seeing whatever we are doing. So He will reply accordingly in time, in due course of time. Then we will get all these reactions. Then we will start blaming God. When there any earthquake happens, volcano happens, act of God. When any invention is done, that is act of man. Anything beneficial is done, that is act of man. Anything destructive happens, act of God. What is that? So, these are some of the things that we must be aware of. So, Kshatriya, Arjuna, he had to fight because he was a Kshatriya. His duty was he must rule. He cannot become a Shudra, he cannot perform like a Brahmana, go to the sannyasi. For Kshatriya, there is no sannyas ashram. And he was able. So, he should rule. So, but they did not give him. So, the only way he could get back is by war. That's when war started. After all the consideration, the war started as the last resort. And now he is becoming bewildered. No, no, no. How can any good come? By killing one's own kinsman, one's own elders. You know. Nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness. Because the materialistic way of calculating happiness is, because if I am rich, for example, I will want to flaunt my wealth. With who? With my relatives. I want to show off how rich I am. I'll have a big home. And I'll call everybody, as many people as possible, to the Griha Pravesham ceremony. Why? So everybody will see my house. How good and rich, how big I am. Of course, it may not be the primary thing, but subtly we think like that. We want people to praise our wealth, our status quo in society. Huh? So these are the things with whom I shall flaunt. So Arjuna is calculating like that. Even if I win, after killing all my relatives and everything, even if I win and sit on the throne, with whom shall I enjoy? Because all his relatives are dead. To whom he will show off his wealth, his kingdom, his undisputed supremacy. With who? So this is the calculation of materialist. So they always want to, this is explained in the Bhagavatam. पुंसस्त्रिया मिथुनी भावमेतं तयोर्मिथो हृदय ग्रंथि आहो अतो गृहक्षेत्र सुताप्तविद्यैर्जनस्य मोहोयम् अहं ममेति. This is Canto 5, Chapter 5, Text 8, 558, the Bhagavatam. The attraction, this is how the material life is. It starts with this. The attraction between male and female is the basic principle of material existence. See? On the basis of this misconception, it is a misconception. It is not that, it is something natural. Yeah, it is natural in the material world. Because naturally everybody is in the misconception. That's why it is natural. On the basis of this misconception, which ties together the hearts of the male and female, one becomes attracted to his body, first my own body, and then home, property, children, relatives, and wealth. Because to maintain all the status quo, you need wealth also. So in this way, one increases life's illusions and thinks in terms of I and mine. Now, nothing is ours in this world. But we think this is I, this is mine, this is my home, my family, my children. What ours? When we die and go off, we will take birth maybe as a bird. Now today we are sitting all here. What happened? Who are our relatives? What was our wealth? What was our children in the previous lives? Nothing we remember. We must have worked very hard to become millionaire, maybe last life. Where is that million when I started this life? Nothing. I'm starting with zero. I'm undergoing a whole education system, starting with the debt of a student loan, and then starting to earn my money again from scratch. Where is that $1 million I earned in my last life? Nothing. So, but we think this is ours. Again, we are making the same mistake. Life after life after life after life, the same mistake we are making. We are not learning anything. This is the illusion that we are in. And we work very hard. Our whole life is devoted for this. These things. Our own body, home, property. Of course, home means wife. Without wife, what home? Body, wife, home, property, children, wealth, relatives, and wealth. This is if you notice anybody in this world, they are just caught up with these things only. Oh, Oh, I must arrange for my children's education, I must arrange for this, I must arrange for some hospital bills, my body is problem, or my wife, or this and that, relatives, well. This is the whole range of activities are only this. Nobody is caring about who am I, why did I take birth, where do I go after death, what is the real reality of my existence, who is God, who created this world. These questions, there's no time. There's no time. Prahlad Maharaj says in the seventh canto, it is explained, he very nicely describes that, say, a person lives for 100 years. For a person who is not controlled in his life, he will sleep as much as possible. Wake up late, sleep 10, 12 hours. If he can have a nice 12 hour uninterrupted sleep, he'll think, wow, that was the best sleep I had. He enjoys that. But actually, what is the sleep? It's inactivity, it is as good as death. So, for such a person, 100 years of life, 50 years is wasted in sleeping only. Because half of the day is sleeping. 50 years gone. Remaining 50 years. In the childhood, until he gets about education and everything, 20 years. First 10 years, first 5 years, don't even say. What do we remember from the first 5 years of our life? What do we remember? Nothing. We were brainless, absolutely brainless. We don't know what we are doing. Simply we don't even know. First 5 years is total bewilderment. You see the babies, what they are doing. They don't know what they are doing. Meaningless life. Slowly we are learning. And then first 5 to 10 years, we are starting to get an idea of what this world is. Who am I? This is my parents, this is my friend, this is something we are understanding. And then until 20 years of education. And in the youth, so in the 50 years, another 20 years gone. Or if you calculate the sleep minus the 10 years gone. And then in the youth, running after girl. Or girl will run after boy. Or finding this and finding that. That is another gone. Few affairs and breakups and few affairs and breakups. Nowadays, this is a trend. Previously, at least, this was not the case. The parents will arrange for the boy and girl for marriage and finish. Now, they are finding and wasting time again. How many years? We don't know. And now, after marriage is not over, sometimes divorce and find another. 70 years old still finding people are there. 70, 75 still finding, looking for partners. This is the life today, reality. And then, okay, even if family is very stable, then children have to work hard day and night, hardly any time for oneself. So, if you calculate 10 years, hardly anything left in our life again. So, Prahlad Maharaj is giving a nice example, graphical description of how we are wasting our time. Whole life simply wasted on these things. When we ask them to read Bhagavad Gita, no, after retirement, when I complete all my responsibilities, I will fully devote myself to Bhagavad Gita. Indians will say like this. But first of all, where is the guarantee that I will live until I retire? I may die before that. Or if I did stay alive, maybe my health won't be good. I cannot even concentrate on eating properly, what to speak of Bhagavad Gita and all that. Nothing. Or logically speaking, if Bhagavad Gita you want to put until after retirement, then why don't you put your schooling also after retirement? When do you start learning? When do you start going to school? When you're 3 years old, already putting in the school, or even sometimes before that also. Why? They want to learn. They want the children to learn. But this one, no, this one can wait after retirement. Going to die, last moment, that time you do. What we can do? This is the most important thing in life. Because all our activities, whatever we are doing, if we do not know this knowledge, then we will commit sinful activities all our life. And until retirement, suppose I am 60. Until 60, I did all kinds of sinful activities. How much I am going to suffer for that? Of course, it is never too late. It is not, oh, I am 60, I should not take it, I should have taken it. If it did not happen, at least now if you came in contact, we take it immediately. But if there is opportunity that I can take it at a young age, why not? This should be, but the whole system, the family traditions have gone down, the government don't even say, they don't encourage this so much. Their involvement means just as you do whatever you want. Do they say the same thing for education? Material education? You must admit your child to school. They say that. Otherwise, it's a crime. You are depriving the child of his natural right for education, they say. You will go to jail. The parents will go to jail if they don't put their children in school. At least until what? Primary 6 or something? It's compulsory. Right? Now, that is compulsory. But spiritual education is optional. See the condition of the world today. But this is actually the most important thing in life. There is no encouragement for this. And that is why it is getting very hard for us to spread this movement. Why only few people are sitting here? How many millions are there outside? Why they are not coming? Because where is the system for this to go on? Nobody is supporting. Only by Krishna's mercy this is moving somehow. This movement, Sankirtan movement. Actually, the government should fully support this. Like you have seen on Sunday, Prabhu played the video from China. We did a nice program in China. There even was, you can't even register a society. Religion is banned, totally banned in China. But still, by Krishna's mercy, somehow it is going on. Hundreds of people are chanting and dancing and reading Bhagavad Gita. You saw, no? The video. So, with all kinds of opposition, we are going on by Krishna's mercy. So, because why people are so much just involved in this, all this only. That's all. There's no other work going on. No self-realization at all. This, if you see, all these things, attraction between male and female, body, home, children, relatives, of course, wealth is not there. All these things are common for animals also. Animals are also fully busy in these things only. They are also mating, male and female, they mix and mate and produce half a dozen children, more than us in fact, they are better than us. In fact, the animals are more advanced than us because they can do better these things. We have to study for 20-25 years before we can fend for our families and fend for ourselves even. The animal is from day one and is already fending for itself. Without any education, it is providing for a family much bigger than ours. After PhD, how many children they have? 2, 3, 4, maximum 10. Animals, how many children they have? Each time they produce, like you see the dogs or cats or pigs, half a dozen every time. And every 6 months they're getting pregnant. How many children they have? Dozens and dozens. Pig, what PhD it has? Pig. They are maintaining their families. And we are so proud. Oh, I have maintained my family, I gave this education to my children, that thing. What? After that education, what he became? He also just maintaining one family. Where is the difference between us and the animals? If we just engage in the same things, the one thing that makes us more intelligent or more better than the animals is this: dharmo hitesham adhiko visesho. That we can inquire, who am I? Who is God? None of the animals cannot. None of the animals can. Only we can do it. So if we don't do that part, and if we are busy with everything else, then we are just animals. We are Dvipada Pashu, two-legged animals. There is no difference between us and the pigs. This is the bitter truth. This is exactly Shastra, not I am saying. Ahara nidra bhaya maithunam cha samanyam etat pasubher narana. Samanya means sama. Even Malay also what sama means equal. Samanyam means equal. Ahara nidra bhaya maithunam. Eating, sleeping, sex and fearing. These 4 things are common among humans and animals. Dharmo hi tesham adhiko vishesho. Only one thing we have extra is dharma. They don't have. Animals don't have dharma. Religion. They don't have. There is no mosque, or there is no temple, there is no church in the animal society. But they also have home, they also have a place of work, they also have children, they also have everything else. They have their own system of education also. The mother will train the child like this. They have this, you may say crude or whatever, primitive. But they have their education system. Everything else they have. They don't have places of worship. And places of worship means where actually the real science is taught. How many so-called places of worship are there in this world where nothing is taught? Simply people are coming, praying something and going back, not even knowing what to do. Who they are also they don't know first of all. What places of worship is that? Place of worship means it's a spiritual education, it's like a university of spiritual science. And that is what we are offering in this temple. Hare Krishna temple Singapore. I was looking for a temple. Where is the temple? I did not know it was just a building. They were expecting some, the Gopuram, the full structure of a temple. Oh, you are on some third floor and fourth floor of some building. Oh. Temple is a place where the Lord is glorified, the message is spread, the message of Krishna consciousness. Even if it is just under a tree only. As the Kali Yuga progresses, even these facilities won't be there. Now already building a temple is out of question. Governments don't support many places. In China, no way. Here also we are having difficulty. But in the future, even this will be like already some places we see. There's no way we can have a temple. In China, that's pretty much the case. So like this, there will be more and more restrictions. People will become more and more demons. And more they will restrict religion. And religion also is becoming, many unscrupulous activities are going on in the name of religion. That is another nonsense. Demons taking the place of religious propagandists. Doing violence and all this. What is this? This is not violence to humans, violence to animals, all this is condemned. Take out the verse. लोके व्यवयामीश मध्य सेवा नित्या हि जंतोर नहि तत्र चोदना व्यवस्थितिस्तेषु विवाह यज्ञ सुराग्रहैरासु निवृत्तिरिष्टा. In this material world, the conditioned soul is always inclined to sex, meat eating and intoxication. Everybody wants to do these things in this world. Sex, meat eating and intoxication. Therefore, religious scriptures never actually encourage such activities. Although the scriptural injunctions provide for sex through sacred marriage, for meat eating through sacrificial offerings, and for intoxication through the acceptance of ritual cups of wine, such ceremonies are meant for the ultimate purpose of renunciation. See that? So even though there is some, Balidan, the Durga Puja, you can offer a goat to Kali. That is there in the Vedas also. And then you can eat the goat. Meat eating. There is provision. But for those people who absolutely cannot stop meat eating, this is the rule. And that too, not every day you can do that. Every moment you can. No. Only once in a month, the dark moon night, Amavasya, we call it. In that night only you can kill. Why? If something was good, it should be encouraged. No, every day you do. Like in the Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Satatam kirtayanto mam. Always chant my name, Krishna is saying. Why? Because that is good. If something is bad, then there is restrictions. Why there is extra tax for tobacco or liquor? Why? Because it is bad. So make you pay higher price so that to discourage you first of all from drinking and smoking. And then you see this smoking the box, cigarette box, some horrible picture will be there, some cancer, some baby abortion, something, not abortion, what is that? Some disease, stillbirth, something like that. They will put. Why? Because if you see that, you will discourage. This is what I am doing to my body. I should not do this. And tax is very high. So that the whole idea is to discourage you. But if you still like a fool want to buy, still pay the high price, see all the picture. Okay, never mind. Let me destroy my body. Take, pay $10, $20, or $50, whatever. It's a special cigarette. $50. Okay, pay and smoke. Oh, this is cigar, this is more posh, more high class cigar. What is that? Destroying the body only. So for the fools who cannot give up, okay, do all this, pay the higher price and do it. Similarly, these sacrifices once in a month, what people that is allowed for those people who cannot give up. So much restriction. Okay, once a month, don't eat every day. The idea is to restrict you. And also, before I kill the goat, I must say this mantra. I must define the word meat. In English, meat is meat, the meat. That's it. But in Sanskrit, it's called mamsa. Meat is called mamsa in Sanskrit. And I have to define the word mamsa. Mamsa means what? Mam means me. Sa means he. Mamsa means I am now killing him. Next life, my position he will take and his position I will take. And this animal is like, those sinful persons who are ignorant of actual religious principles yet consider themselves to be completely pious, without compunction commit violence against innocent animals who are fully trusting in them. In their next life, such sinful persons will be eaten by the same creatures they have killed in this world. Even if we don't kill, oh Prabhu, I did not kill, Prabhu. I just went to the NTUC and bought the meat. I did not kill, so I think I will be not. No. Whoever has caused the animal to kill, if I don't buy, why will that guy kill? The guy is killing there because I am buying. I am supporting this. I am as much party to the killing as the killer killed the butcher himself. So I am not free from this sinful act. I am fully implicated. I am fully accomplished in this killing. So this is mamsa. Mamsa means he will become me, I will become him. See how full of meaning that word is mamsa. In English, it's just meat. There's nothing you will learn from that word. But if you say mamsa, oh mamsa, I should not do this. I should not eat it. So immediately, just the word mamsa, when you understand the meaning, oh, no, I'm causing harm to myself, oh, I should not do this. So the whole idea is to restrict. Although you have religious scriptures, mentioning, oh, you can eat meat, but under very restricted conditions. It is not that free for all. No. Even in other religions, in Bible it is said, thou shalt not kill. You cannot kill. Kill means anything. You kill anything, it is considered killing. They say, oh no, this is meant for the humans. Where did you get that meaning from? Kill means anything is killing. Thou shalt not kill is commandment. Then, in Islam, you have to say the prayer by standing on the hot stone, midday sun. After saying the whole prayer, then you can kill one animal and eat. By the time you say the prayer, your feet will be burning. But now they will say this is halal. So there is no way this meat eating and all this violence is condoned or encouraged in any religion. Any religion. But nowadays the problem is people don't want to follow. People don't want to follow what is in the religion. They want to eat meat, so they will try to circumvent the law. There is no circumvention. Sorry. You may hide some truth from the scriptures to mislead the public, but you cannot change the laws of God. God will not look upon whether you have changed. You may cheat the whole world, you cannot cheat Him. So, we will have to pay. For all this inflammatory, we have to pay. This is karma. But if you surrender to Krishna, then there is no more sinful reactions. All things will be dissolved. But no more repetition of it. You must take to Krishna consciousness. Then, yes, Krishna consciousness is the only path where you will complete relief from our previous sinful activities. And you are no more going to commit again. So, that's why we encourage everyone to come and follow this. So because Arjuna was calculating on the material point of view that how will I be happy if I kill my own kinsman? Svajanam, the word again he used here was Svajanam. You see. See this Swajanam he used? Swajanam means my own people. See this? Swajanam, my own people. This is called Aham Mameti. Just now we saw. It starts, this is all the material life is all about. But he was forgetting the point that he was he was relinquishing his duty as a Kshatriya. He was relinquishing his duty as a servant of Krishna. Krishna wanted this fight. Arjuna was forgetting that point. So we should act on behalf of Krishna always. That is devotee. Devotee means you should always act on behalf of Krishna. Act for the satisfaction of Krishna. Once you satisfy Krishna, then the whole world will be satisfied. But if you try to satisfy myself, or even the whole world, you cannot satisfy everybody. You cannot satisfy. Actually, there is one saying, no? Even the karmis, they say like this. They say what? If you have nothing in your life to die for, then you have no reason to live your life. Something to live for. You have nothing to live for. If you are not prepared to die for something, you don't have anything to live for. So you should be able to. You should be that. What is that? They use the word passionate, but what we say is, if there is no serious goal in your life, then you are just aimlessly wandering. And when you take a strong stance for something, there will be bound to be opposition. If you want to please the world, you have to compromise with everybody. And then you will not be speaking the truth. You just want to be nice to everybody. Even though his opinion is faulty or what, you still want to be nice to him. Does the government do that? Suppose there's a criminal, okay, you just don't do this or if I said don't do, then the criminal will be unhappy. To make him happy, okay, don't get angry, I cannot do that. Punish him. He must be punished. He will not be happy with that, but that needs to be done. So if we want to be lawful, then the unlawful elements will have to be, the outlaws have to be dealt with accordingly. You can't please the whole world. The world is sometimes polarized. This and that, they have not even polarized, how many opinions people have. Each person has his own opinion about life. We cannot sit down and try to satisfy everyone. No. If we satisfy Krishna and speak the truth for the benefit of everyone, a doctor, he does what is beneficial for the patient. If that requires him to cut the body, he will cut. No, my patient will feel pain, I should not do operation. No, cut, finish, cut. Otherwise the tumor will grow and you will cancer and die. So sometimes you may say the knife, this is knife, he's cutting, what is this? If somebody else comes with a knife and points a knife at you, what you will say? You call police. But if the doctor is cutting open the whole body, we won't call the police. Because we know it is beneficial for us. We know we have to take that pain for our own good. Because if this tumor is somehow taken out, then I can be saved from the cancer or whatever it is. Or something is misplaced and then to join back you need a surgery. So, or a cataract. Anything. So there's some treatment that needs to be done. The doctor won't try to satisfy the so-called comfort of the patient. No. He will put him in discomfort, never mind. But after that it will be better. So similarly, a person who knows the truth should speak the truth for everybody's benefit, even if that person attacks him. This happens. Prahlad Maharaj was doing that, his father attacked him. His father did not like it. Why you are becoming devotee? Because he was an atheist. He was saying, I am God. What God you are talking about? I am God. You should worship me. But the boy was a devotee. He said, no, I will worship Krishna. And he tried to kill him in so many ways. Prahlad never compromised. The boy never said, no, okay, I will listen to you. You are the God. He never said. You are the king of demons, Asura. What? Asura Varya Tehana. Asura Varya he called him. You are the king of demons, he called him. And when his father was killed, he was the first person to go and garland Narasimhadev. Anybody kill your father, you go and put garland on his head? He was the first person to put garland. Nobody, even Shiva also did not dare to come before him. Brahma did not dare to come. Lakshmi herself did not dare to come before him. Prahlad Maharaj, for a small 5-year-old boy, went and put garland. Thank you. Well done. Why? This is what Krishna wants. Narasimha came for such a person. Because he was always not duplicitous. Not that, to satisfy his father, he said one thing and no. He was straight to the point, always. And that's why he received the protection of the Lord. So if we want to meet Krishna, if we want to see Krishna, we should similarly, uncompromisingly talk about him. Whether the person likes it or not, it is good for him. If he doesn't like to hear this harsh, it's not harsh, but for a person who wants material enjoyment, this spiritual knowledge will be very harsh. Like what we are saying, we are just normally speaking these things. But for a person who is very attached to family life, this is unbearable for him to hear. It's very hard for him to hear this. Very painful. But if he considers this harsh, these people are talking, I think their language is not good, they're not really, encouraging, material life. If they think like this and go away, yeah, you can, because now you have the freedom, you have the independence to do that. But at the time of death, do we have the freedom of saying, when death comes, can we say, hey, death, get out, I want to live more? Can we say that? Or we can escape death? Not a single second we will get. We will be whipped by death. At that time, we won't have the freedom that we have now. And at that time, after death, when we are going to take into the hell and suffering there, we will have no freedom. Absolutely no freedom. We will be chained and beaten and burnt, eaten by the hellish animals there. So many descriptions are there what happens in hell. At that time, you have no freedom. There is no human rights. There is no rights. Nothing. You will be manhandled only. So, we have to choose between that suffering or the suffering of harsh words, so-called harsh words. An intelligent person would rather take this and correct himself now so that his future, he will not have to face Yamaraj and his servants there. And go back to Krishna and be blissful. So don't wait until that time when there will be no more freedom for you. Now there is freedom, use your freedom properly, don't misuse it. This is too harsh. These people are talking about some rubbish. After this, like one guy came a few days back. He's a Chinese gentleman, nice person. But when he was told that, we have to be vegetarian, he said, vegetarian? No, my wife won't allow me. My wife won't allow me. How will I? No, I don't think I can practice all this. I don't think I can follow this. My wife will not allow me. What? At the time of death, your wife can save you? No? So much concern about what his wife is going to do to him. At the time of death, after death, your wife will say goodbye and inherit all your property. And you will be going to the hell, taking the whips and the lances and all that from the hellish servants of Yamaraj. This is exactly what happened, the story of Valmiki, the Valmiki story, who wrote the Ramayana. Ramayana, which is very popular in this part of the world, even in Indonesia, Thailand, everywhere. So this Valmiki, he wrote the story of Lord Ram. So actually, he's a great saint, Valmiki. But before he became a saint, you know what he was? Not a hunter exactly, he was a highway robber. He was a thief. So, he was robbing people. That was his profession. And one day he met Narad Muni. Narad Muni passed by. What are you doing? No, this is my profession. I'm robbing. I'm expert at it. And this is how I maintain my family. So, Narad Muni asked him, alright, Yeah, you love your wife and children? Yes, yes. Your wife also loves you? Yes. Your children love you? Yes. Alright, you ask them, because this is very sinful that what you're doing. Uh, you are providing them, but you have to suffer for them. You have all that you're doing, you have to suffer. All the sins that you're doing by robbing and all this, you have to suffer for that. Do you think your wife will share your sinful reactions? He said, yeah, yes, yes, she will be glad to share. She loves me so much. No, no, you ask your wife. Then he went and asked his wife, hey, I met this saint. He said that, all my stealing and all this, I'm maintaining you all. So you will be wanting to partake of my sins, right? He said, no, 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 that is your business. Whatever you do, we don't care. You bring us the food and our necessities all. We don't care about how you get them. You suffer for that. Why do you have to suffer? And he got shocked. And he went back to Narad and he said, yeah, my wife is not ready. Yeah, even if she is ready also, she cannot partake. The Yamaraj's rule is that you did this, you suffer. Oh, then how can I be saved? No, you chant this name, Ram, 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 Ram. By that, and don't commit any more sinful activities. Then he tried. Ram also he cannot say. He was so sinful that he cannot chant the word Rama. He could not pronounce. Then Narad Muni said, alright, you chant Mara. Mara means dead. Mara. That you could chant. Mara, 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 Ram, Ram. It became Ram. He chanted it, as you said, Tabalik, Ulta. He chanted it, the last word first syllable last and last syllable first. So he chanted Mara, 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 Ram. It became Ram. So in this way he got purified. For 60,000 years he was doing this before he actually became a sage and wrote the Valmiki Ramayana. See? So, we have to be answerable. We are answerable to all our actions. So better we mend our actions now when we have the capacity to do it. Otherwise we will regret. And actually it is said that a person who hears from saintly persons about the truth, about how to live a life, and then it does not take to it, and then does his own nonsense or whatever, at the time of death, he will remember all those incidences that happened in his life that were opportunities for him to change. And he will greatly regret at the time of death. Because he did not take up those opportunities. If he took those opportunities, he would not have been in the place he would be at the time of death. So therefore, don't wait for regret. Let us do it now when we can. So, as Arjuna is being guided here, slowly you will see. Now he is considering all this my. You have to come out of this. This is the whole purpose of Bhagavad Gita. This is not yours. Nothing is yours in this world. So give up that unnecessary, undue attachment. Do it just as a matter of duty. Your real duty is not to just maintain your family members. That is, even dog is doing that. Do that. Don't say no. But focus. Full focus on your spiritual advancement. Take to this process. This is more important than anything else. Nothing else will save us. Not our bank balance, not our family, not our army, not our insurance. Nothing will save us. The insurance, what insurance? You cannot insure our life. It's a life insurance. As if your life is, totally dead. No. Life insurance means what? After we give up our life, it will go to our children. Our life is not insured. Our life is not, there is no surety for our life. It is as fragile as before the insurance was. It is the same. Somebody else is getting the money, that's all. So, nothing of this will save us. Only Krishna consciousness. So, therefore, everybody should take to this seriously. And if no one is not convinced, take books. We have so many books. Your whole lifetime is not enough to finish those many books we have. Take and start reading. You will be convinced. So, any questions or comments on this topic? Somebody is asking on the online, what is the punishment for meat eating? Yeah, many punishments are there. We'll show a few. Just now we have shown, no? Whoever is killing animals, they will be killed by the same animals. And there's something in the fifth canto. Actually, there are many places which is mentioned, but we will just take a few. The fifth chapter, fifth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Right. Okay. This is from the fifth canto. A person who accepts his body as his self works very hard and day and night for money to maintain his own body and the bodies of his wife and children. While working to maintain himself and his family, he may commit violence against other living entities. Such a person is forced to give up his body and his family at the time of death when he suffers the reaction for his envy of other creatures by being thrown into the hell called Raurava. In this life, an envious person commits violent acts against many living entities. Therefore, after his death, when he is taken to hell by Yamaraj, those living entities who were hurt by him appear as animals called Rurus to inflict very severe pain upon him. Learned scholars call this hell Raurava. Not generally seen in this world, the Ruru is more envious than a snake. Snake will bite for no reason. If you pass by, the snake will bite. But these Rurus are so envious, many times more envious than the snake. They will just come and fight and eat, snatch our flesh and everything. You can't even drive them away, they're so strong. Punishment in the hell called Maharaurava is compulsory for a person who maintains his own body by hurting others. In this hell, Ruru animals known as Kravyada torment him and eat his flesh. For the maintenance of their bodies and the satisfaction of their tongues, cruel persons cook poor animals and birds alive. Such persons are condemned even by man-eaters. In their next lives, they are carried by the Yamadutas to the hell known as Kumbhibaka, where they are cooked in boiling oil. At that time, you have no human rights, sir. You have absolutely no human rights. You can cry for it in the court. There will be no court of justice. The court of justice is enforcing the punishment. Now you can fight for all your rights or whatever you can. There is no rights. Simply cooked in boiling oil, that's all. So these are all the descriptions are there. So these are not mythology. Don't think it is some, this is some storyline. The killer of a Brahmana is put into the hell known as Kalasutra, which has a circumference of 80,000 miles and which is made entirely of copper. Heated from below by fire and from above by the scorching sun, the copper surface of this planet is extremely hot. Thus, the murderer of a Brahmana suffers from being burned both internally and externally. Internally, he is burning with hunger and thirst, and externally, he is burning from the scorching heat of the sun and the fire beneath the copper surface. Therefore, he sometimes lies down, sometimes sits, sometimes stands up, and sometimes runs here and there. He must suffer in this way for as many thousands of years as there are hairs on the body of an animal. It is not all joke, kind of hellish punishments are there, not simply some 10 years sentence, simply go do some labor and come back, get some strokes and come back. This is nothing. What is stroke compared to this? 24 strokes for rape in Singapore. 24 strokes of cane. Nothing compared to all this. Cooked in boiling oil, 80,000 square miles of copper. Try. Anybody wants to try their guts with Yamaraj? Better change now. Don't be foolish. This is very real. This is very real. It's not some joke. I think hell is, once we go every week to the market. Actually, tomorrow morning we'll be going to the vegetables market to get, vegetables donated. So one Chinese gentleman, all of them are actually Chinese. So they are very nice people. They give, they like to support the temple. They give vegetables, free like that. So one of them, he also gives. But But you know what he says? Um, sometimes he becomes a little grumpy. He says, no, I don't want to give anything today. And I say, no, you should give. It's not for me. It's not for God. And also this food is given to the people who need it. So what you're doing is a great, because he's so rich actually. He can give, but he sometimes just becomes a little grumpy because maybe his mood is not good, maybe he fought with his wife or whatever. So he says like, I said, no, it's good, you should give. And he said, no, why I should give? What I will get by giving? At least I can earn some money if I sell. Giving you nothing, I will get. No, you will get. After this life, you'll go back to God, Go back up. No. I want to go down. All my friends are in hell. I want to go to hell. I want to have a party in hell. At least one thing is admitting he's going to hell. But then he said, he thinks hell is like a pub, where everybody is drinking, all the sinful activities are done. No, hell is not a place where everybody is enjoying, so-called like a pub. Pub is also not really enjoyment, but they think they're enjoying. Hell is not that kind of place where one has having some dancing, and that is not hell. Hell means this copper surface, 80,000 square miles. You want? He does not know what is hell. I say, you don't know what is hell. You are thinking it's some party place, Don't think you suffer like anything there. Then he just laugh and sometimes, and then he just gives something. So this is not a joke. It's actually very serious. Of course, he will not be. Of course, for all the donations that he has been giving for many years, of course he will be blessed. But see how their mentality. You see that? It's not a joke. I hope that answers. Actually, there will be many verses, of course, on what will happen to an animal killer. These are a few. I think that's important. How to escape from the punishment? There is another question. Escape from the punishment, there is one way. That is explained by Krishna already. 1866. What is that? Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksheshyami masucha. See here, it is explained. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Whatever we have done in the past until now, without our knowing, with ignorance, Krishna said, I will completely nullify that. But from now on, don't repeat. See? So we have done so many things in our past. But now if we say, okay, now I don't want to do, I want to surrender to Krishna. Yes. Krishna says yes. How to surrender then? Starts with the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That is also explained. Go to the quickly take up. तस्मात् संकीर्तनम विष्णु और जगन मंगलम अहसाम महताम अपि कौरव्य विद्यैकांतिक निष्कृतम. My dear king, the chanting of the holy name of the Lord is able to uproot even the reactions of the greatest sins. Therefore, the chanting of the Sankirtan movement is the most auspicious activity in the entire universe. Please try to understand this so that others will take it seriously. So, by chanting, all the reactions of the greatest sins will be removed. But that does not mean I can commit more sins. Yes, I can commit sin and I can chant and I can again commit sin. In this way, that is great offense. And I should not. There are offenses, 10 offenses we chant. We cannot commit those. Blaspheming the devotees who have dedicated their lives to propagating the holy name of the Lord. You cannot, keep blaspheming them and thinking that I will chant more and I will be purified. Forget it. That's why it is said this point. बहुजन्म करे यदि श्रवण कीर्तन तबुधन पाय कृष्ण पदे प्रेमधन. If one is infested with the 10 offenses in the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, despite his endeavor to chant the holy name for many births, he will not get the love of God, and that is the ultimate goal of this chanting. One will not get this goal of love of Godhead, even if we chant for millions of years. if we commit offenses. Especially Vaishnava aparad is the worst. You commit Vaishnava aparad, don't think of going back to Godhead, don't think of all these things. Forget it. It will never happen. In fact, our spiritual life will go down. We'll go out of spiritual life. So, with that I will stop. Grantha Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Pranam.